Let me just play this, and then let me see if I can get this rolling. Wait, that's not what I wanted. All right, so let's walk through this.
Stop! Stop! Why don't you act like a young lady?
You're manhandling me.
Honestly, that's pretty disturbing. Thanks for letting me play that. So, one of the things that I think, a lot of stuff came up on that, but first and foremost, right? Tell me about your client. Isn't she's like 5'2", like 98 pounds or something like that? I mean, she's really little.
Really tiny.
Yeah. So this guy, she's stopped in the middle of the road in the middle of the night by somebody in a big white van who is, immediately rushing up to her, and she asks questions about why are you stopping me, essentially. And so walk us through. I mean, what's their justification for it, right? It's the ID thing.
So I think their justification for the stop is that she's in an opposing lane of traffic, which of course they weren't able to provide proof of. But then the justification Phoenix uses to effectuate an arrest and take her down is that she didn't show ID. So they're claiming, okay, that's a misdemeanor charge, they can arrest them. But then they claim that for, and I quote, not only the officer's safety, but my client's safety, he took her to the ground. That was their justification for the officer and her safety. I found that just disgusting. I couldn't believe that they actually said that.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can see. So, this is at the outset of the show, I was talking about kind of this cultural problem, and you can see right there. I mean, that guy who was in that other officer who was in the van talking to his supervisor, or the vehicle or whatever he was in, was saying, essentially, I mean, from the very get-go, that this is all about CYA. He was already basically covering for McGillis, saying that she's Looney Tunes, but I haven't even watched the body camera yet, right? She's rubbing blood all over herself like she did that. It's like, no, guys, your officer did that. He caused her to bleed. The fact that she's bleeding is on you. So I guess the justification for the legal justification is she failed to provide ID, right? It sounds like that's kind of what they're latching onto. But by her saying, I don't have ID, they're saying that was a refusal, and that's a crime, and that is the arrest, or that's the arrestable offense.
That's correct. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, and so he could have easily just gone to her and said, here's why I need your ID, right? I need your ID because it's a crime to not give me it, and I'm investigating you for DUI, but for some reason he thought that we're just going to smash her on the ground.
No, it was just escalation right from the beginning. And it goes back to your comment previous about the cultural issue. This is how Phoenix police conduct business. And time again, we've been seeing this. And I think an important thing to mention, Rob, is that the Phoenix police are saying, hey, this isn't a common thing. It's only recent, because of all the protests and now, people are fighting back with police. That's, we've been doing this long enough, and we've seen this since the start of our careers. I mean, this has always been happening, and you're only seeing it now because of body cam footage, and two, because now the public is taking an interest in this. So stories like this aren't going unnoticed. You could go to a reporter, 6-7 years ago and have some kind of body cam footage like this, and maybe the reporter would run with it, but no one would really go and look at it, But now times are changing.
Well, I was going to ask you about this specifically because, I mean, 6 years ago, I think 6 months ago, I'm not sure that this would have caught the Guardian's attention or the national news. I know you've been super busy talking to people about this, and I appreciate your time coming on this show. But, this is something that I think because of the heightened level of scrutiny, it's finally getting the attention. But I will tell you, and this is not to belittle anything that your client went through, that Mariah went through. I mean, what she suffered was horrendous, but we see this all the time, I guess, is my point, right? I mean, I've seen this many times. You've seen this many times. We see these exact situations where the cops do this to people and they just get away with it.
They get away with so much. And when they get away with this kind of stuff, it just encourages the behavior, and they go back and they do it again, and it escalates.